the internal fact-finding approach. Hi guys, my name's Deepak Shukla, founder at Pearl Lemon Sales. We're a sales training and development agency based in the UK as well as the USA and serving clients worldwide. And here today in day number 106 of 119 days of cold calling training, we're here to talk about the internal fact-finding approach. But before we get into it, feel free to click the link in the description below to get access to 17 additional strategies that are not shared in this training. So look, fundamentally with the internal fact-finding approach, one of the tricks that sometimes gets missed is learning more about the industry that you're calling into, learning more about the company that you're calling into, and learning more about the individual that you're trying to chase. So you've got industry info, you've got company info, and you've got people info, okay? ICP, industry, company, people. These are the three things that you can find out from typically 90% of the people that you speak to. They'll know some things about all of this, okay? Because they are in the industry that you're obviously targeting. So you should be able to extract some information from them, and they're going to theoretically know more than you. They're certainly going to know more about you than this on every occasion. They should know more about this than you. This one's a bit more debatable, but I mean, they should know more about all three oftentimes. So with that in mind, with the ICP, the internal, the ICP approach, let's call it, or the internal fact-finding approach, you just want to do what you can to ask good questions. So it all comes down to asking good questions. And with that in mind, you can ask questions such as, so if you don't mind me asking, how are decisions around marketing made? If you don't mind me asking, how does it work with budgeting within the company, in terms of like working with an external sales company? What's your company policy on working with external vendors? Did you sign on any new marketing partners recently? So do you see what we're doing? And the questions can continue. Oh, so is Frank the man to talk to when it comes to working? Oh wow, zoom out. Is Frank the man to talk to when it comes to software? Great, great. And is he in charge of the ultimate decision? Okay, understood. And have you been getting many calls offering anything similar out of interest? Do you get calls from people like myself on a daily basis? What have you taken on any new software tools recently? Okay, great. Who else is involved in the decision? So guys, I'm just spitballing, right? So you can build your list of questions, okay? And we'll again talk about this in another training. So fundamentally, the premise here is that on calls where you've got a chatty Sally, let's call it a chatty Sally, use the opportunity. And even when you don't, okay, even if the call's not going anywhere, feel free to find out what you can about everything that you can, because that's still going to be valuable information, okay? There's still so much that you can learn. Even if you don't get the appointment, you don't get the lead, there's lots to learn about the industry, the company, the personalities. And if, for example, the people or the personalities and the people are a dead end, do what you can to learn about the industry and the companies, because that could save you a lot of time and give you some powerful information down the road. And it's a good way to get a lot of valuable research data about what's happening on the ground floor at organizations such as the ones that you're going after. So they would be definitely, it's just something I want you to keep in mind, okay? Find out as much as you can about the company every time you get on a call, until such a time where you feel that I know what I need to know about the industry. I can always find out more about the company as well as the people. But even these two, based upon the last couple of calls I had and the information I found, I know generally a lot about how these companies tend to work, how the industry tends to work. And also now I just need to nail down the people, but the people in terms of even personality type and what their job titles are tend to be the similar kind of people. And you can find this all out through asking questions, because the questions will ultimately sense check your assumptions to see whether the assumptions are correct or otherwise. So there you have it, guys, the internal fact finding approach.
Remember, we've got 17 gated strategies just waiting for you. All you need to do is bing, subscribe, as well as click the link in the description below to get access to those 17. Get some.